Hello. As I mentioned, I'm going to tell you the connection between free play and storytelling. Let me tell you, aren't we all fond of stories? Ever since we were born? Now, storytelling is such a beautiful part of growing up. Our Indian culture is so rich and our heritage is so vast that there are so many characters who can inspire us, and we can inspire in turn our kids to become individuals who are self resilient, reliant, independent, and confident. So, our stories are very, I would say, inspiring. I remember when, or rather, I would say, I'm going to come to this also. My children or me as a kid have heard so many stories that few of them have just stuck till the time I've grown up also. So there are a lot of values that one can instill. I'll just give you a little example. I guess I was in the similar age group that we are discussing, between 3 and 6. And whenever I would go to the table, my father would say that, shall I tell you a story of Dora? So I used to be like, okay. So he would always mention that Dora was a very nice girl and very obedient and very cheerful, sweet child. But whenever Dora would sit on the table, she would make a lot of noise and sound of chomp, chomp, chomp while eating. So that used to make me very conscious that, oh, Dora used to make sound while eating. So I shouldn't be like Dora. So the magic of stories is such that the child starts relating to the characters you're telling them. So the moment that happens and the child thinks that, he's the hero of the story, he'll do exactly like that. Our Panchatantras, our Akbar Birbal stories, they are full of such inspiring characters. So these Dadi ki kahaniyan, which come from generation to generation, I think you should make use of it fully. So when you recite or tell a story, a bedtime story to your child, you should know which value do you want to instill in your child today and align those stories to that. You can talk about the Ramayana, you can talk about the Mahabharata, and tell them stories accordingly. So this magical world, and how is this getting connected? Because here you would say that the parent is involved in telling the stories. Now, how is it affecting the child? Is when you're narrating stories, he starts playing that character himself. So whatever you're going to tell him, the difference between a good and a bad, good values, truths, honesty, all of these things, when he is playing and he's imagining that character and he's playing, and that is the time when he tries to emulate those values into himself. So when he grows up, those stories would always remain in his mind, and he will take solutions from that. So the magic of these stories is that the child develops his, again I would say, the critical thinking, the probing skills, his creativity of course, and the problem solving skills, and the fact that the hero himself finds the problems and then everything becomes all right. So there is a plethora of stories that you can narrate to your children, and they'll be happy and they'll remember those stories all through. So inspire the folklore, the mythological series, and try and make use of it in the best possible manner. I'm going to give you a whole range of activities in my forthcoming conclusive video, where all these activities would be aligned with the growth milestones that I've mentioned before. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much.